Another big haul in August. Ahoy hoy everybody, and welcome to my vinyl update for August 2019. Apologies at the start that there haven't been any collection videos for a few weeks. Basically, as I mentioned, if you watch my autograph update, life's just got busy, haven't had a chance to record any. Hopefully they'll be reappearing next week. Onto my pile. A lot of this I've shown in the 2 haul videos I've done this month. That's my A Slice of Vinyl and Gosport Charity Shop haul, and my Fair and Record Fair. Too many records, I just fell everywhere. My Fair and Record Fair and Heathen Chemistry haul video. The stuff I've already shown you in those, I'll just skim over. None of this I've listened to yet. They've all been cleaned. But I've got about half a dozen more to listen to from July before I get to these. But first up, we have a couple of bits that I haven't shown you. At the start of the month, a couple of the Blue Tones albums were released on vinyl for the first time. This is their album Science and Nature, which is a wonderful, wonderful album. It's got some of my favourite Blue Tones tracks on here. Mudslide, One Speed Gearbox, Blood Bubble, Autophilia, or How I Learned to Stop Worrying and Love the Car, Keep the Home Fires Burning, Emily's Pine. Some really good stuff on here. This came, see in a sleeve, on clear vinyl, and it is a very nice clear vinyl. And it also had, this is if you ordered it through the, I think it was Townsend Music web store that they were using as the official store, a signed print, which I showed a bit closer on my autograph update. And at the same time, it's a little sticker that was on the front, and on the same day they also released on vinyl the singles collection, which was originally released in 2002. It's basically all their singles up to that point, and then the last disc is some new tracks, of which After Hours was a single, and that is my favourite Blue Tones song. That's the cover. And the gatefold, nice band shot. And this, ooh, lyrics on the inner. This came on a nice blue vinyl. Apologies, I'm sweating a bit. I've just done a tip run and tipped loads of really heavy apples, and it's hot anyway. That's the second disc. It's on the same colour. Yeah, some basic labels. And this also came with a signed print. That's that nice inner shot. Expanded. And somewhere in here as well is the sticker that was on the cover. Get in. But I can't find that, so I'm sure you're not overly concerned about seeing that. Also on the same day, Blur released, to celebrate 25 years since Parklife album, Blur released a 10-inch of 4 Parklife tracks recorded live at the BBC. So this has got Girls and Boys, Jubilee, Trouble in the Message Centre and Lot 105. So they recorded in session for Mark Radcliffe on the 7th of March 1994. So yeah, very much looking forward to giving that a spin. I've got a feeling I've got these tracks on a bootleg. Okay, now I've got a bunch of stuff I've already shown you. So this is from Gosport. In a charity shop I found the 7-inch single for Wendy and Lisa's Strung Out from the Eroica album. B-side Stones and Birth. I lied when I said I haven't listened to any of this. I have listened to the 2 singles. That played fine. There was a little skip. Yeah, there was a little skip at the end of Strung Out. The B-side was fine. And then Kieran at Slice of Vinyl gave me the flexi disc of Monty Python's Tiny Black Round Thing that was given free with the NME in 1976. I told the story about this on the haul video, but that plays fine. And for a flexi disc, sound quality's a bit noisy, but it's remarkably good. And then we got the bits I picked up at A Slice of Vinyl. We have Joni Mitchell's Clouds. As I say, all this I have shown. Just off in more detail. Prince's Batman soundtrack, a spare copy. Propeller Heads Extended Play EP. Spoke a bit more about that on that video. Apologies for the computer noise. Squeeze's East-Side Story, my first, apart from their greatest hits I've got on CD, my first Squeeze album. As I mentioned, I intend getting them all. Talking Heads' Fear of Music, very happy to have picked this up. Transvision Vamps Pop Art. And a bootleg of Prince live at Syracuse, 30th of March 1985, with, by the looks of it, some heavily edited tracks, or at least Purple Rain's heavily edited. Not sure about the rest yet, but yes, I haven't heard that yet. And then in the charity shops on the same trip, and again I showed these in that haul video, Best of Bacharach. Track listing on that. And Status Quo's On the Level. Let's get hold on that one. And then on the 17th, there was a record fair in Fareham, so I went there and then went on to Heathen Chemistry for record shop in Fareham. At a record fair, again I showed all these on the video. Another Squeeze album, this is Frank. If you've watched that whole video, you might remember this was covered in hairs. I didn't want to, my plan was to sort of wipe them off before I cleaned it, but every time I wiped them off, they just, must have been static or something, they just sort of flew back on. But it's cleaned up fine anyway. This is Joni Mitchell and the LA Express, Miles of Isles. This is her first live album, double album. These next few were all in a £4 for £10, £3 each or £4 for £10, I think they were. Quality's a bit dubious on some of them, but you won't find out until I play them. But this is Peter Cook, Here Comes the Judge live in concert. This is the soundtrack to Just a Gigolo, featuring Mr. David Bowie. Cat Stevens, Teeth of a Tillerman. A Music for Pleasure Move compilation called Fire Brigade. All the vinyl and everything I showed on the haul video, so if you want to see them you'll need to watch them, but just go back a couple of weeks and you'll find them. Madness's One Step Beyond album. Santana's Abraxas. The Best of Traffic. and the Beatles featuring Tony Sheridan. I spoke on the whole video about why this is the first Beatles I've picked up on vinyl. Then still at the fair, but no longer in the 4 for £10 bits, although this was £2.50 as well, I think. Dire Straits' Money for Nothing compilation, which I picked up because it's got the previous unreleased live version of Portobello Bell on it, and it's got a remix of Twisting by the Pool, which is different from the single version. Everything else is as on the albums. As I'd mentioned previously, I was going to start collecting Police's albums on vinyl. At the fair, I got Outlanders Day and More, Regatta de Blanc. These are, when I did the whole video, I think I said I thought this was their first album, but this is the correct order for them. Zenyatta Mondata. And then, well, I'll skip ahead because then when I went on to Hearing Chemistry, they had Ghost in the Machine. I'll put them in chronological order from when I listened to them. But back at the fair, from the same stall again, Synchronicity. So I managed to pick up all their studio albums in one hit. The ones from the fair, I don't know how they're going to play. The vinyl looks a bit suspect, but they weren't expensive, so I can always upgrade if need be. And then finally from the fair, 12-inch of Prince's Bat Dance. I have the Record Store Day 2017, I think it was, re-release of this, but I didn't have an original copy. And then in Heaven Chemistry, they just had a Prince delivery unbeknownst to me, so it was good timing. So a spare copy of Love Sexy, which my original copy does skip, so hopefully that should be fine. 12-inch of Another Love, A Hole in Your Head. There's a couple of different 12 inches of this. I had a different one that has Girls and Boys on the B-side. This has got I Want to Be Your Lover on the B-side. Another Love, A Hole in Your Head is one of my favourite Prince tracks. A spare copy of Sign of the Times. Again, the copy I have skips in a couple of places, so hopefully this will be an upgrade. Stevie Wonder's In Square Circle, which was sealed from 1985. I opened it on the haul video, so it's no longer sealed. And finally, Prince's Around the World in a Day. Again, this is a spare copy. My original copy is I've had since I was at university, I think. So we're talking over 20 years now. 25 probably. God, I'm old. I haven't played it for a long time, so I'm not sure what the sound quality is on that, but got a spare anyway now. And then finally some eBay purchases, and these are all Prince, I think. Yeah, these are all Prince 12 inches. So we have Let's Pretend We're Married from a 1999 album. The B-side on this is Irresistible Bitch, which is one of Prince's best B-sides. And came in a nice inner. Not sure if that's original, probably not. That's on Warner Brothers. But that looks in tip-top condition, which is nice considering it's 35 years old, 36, 37. I'm sure whether it was released as a single in 82 or 83. Is this on there? Out of curiosity. 3. Then on my, I think it was on my last haul video. I think it was on the July one. I mentioned about I'd got the 12-inch of I Would Die For You, and I said there was another one that had what in my eyes looks like a James Bond cover. I just realised I put this disc in the wrong way around, so that won't show it as much. Well, now I actually own it, because I do. It doesn't really look like a Bond cover. It always has done in the pictures to me. You can sort of see what I mean. It sort of looks like the gun barrel. And I know he's pointing, but almost as if he's shooting. But yes, I picked this up off eBay. So it's, what do they call it, a special price 2-cut maxi single. But it's got the extended version of I Would Die For You on side 1, and the extended version of Another Lonely Christmas on side 2. And it's one of those which makes it very difficult to clean, but I just about managed. It's got the extra large label. But on the spin, I've got a spin cleaner, so of course the suction bit that stops the label getting wet only covers half of it. Again, all eBay these. This is Prince's Scandalous Sex Suite from the Batman album. Really good, this. Rather than just the song Scandal, song Scandalous even, it's an extended song loosely based on it on the A side. The Scandalous Sex Suite, The Crime, The Passion, The Rapture, and Kim Basinger duets on that. And then side 2 is an exclusive B-side called Sex, The 80s Are Over and the Time Has Come for Monogamy and Trust, and When Two Are in Love, which was on both the Black Album and Lovesexy. But nice, just a hint of metallic on the sleeve. Again, this came in a nice inner sleeve, and again with some Warner Brothers. But yeah, each part of the Sex Suite is sort of tracked into 3 tracks, but it's all one song. Each part of that's over 6 minutes long, as is Sex is 7 minutes long. So what's this, 29 minutes, 12 inch, that's not bad going. I've got album shorter than that. And finally, another 1999 era Prince 12 inch. This is Little Red Corvette. It's got the dance mix on the A side, and then the B side is the full version of Lady Cab Driver. Both sides identical. And again on Warner Brothers. So that was it. That's my haul for August. I've got a few pre-orders in September. I'm sure I'll probably do at least a slice of vinyl run at some point, depending on money. But yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on another video. Thanks. Bye.